So this is about CFA Level 3 program. Now, as compared to CFA Level 1 and Level 2, the results of Indian students in CFA Level 3 is quite an ask, believe me. I've seen the data, and the reason for the same is not necessarily the constructive response. That is one of the reasons. But the reason for the same is that when you try to prepare in an incorrect manner on the stuff that you already know of, I think the target gets undefined. Most of the stuff in CFA Level 3 is picked up from Level 1, Level 2. I have seen that sometimes in Level 3, there are as basic a question like if we are expecting interest rates to go down, okay, because a recession would be hitting and interest rates are expected to go down, what should an active fixed income fund manager do? Obviously, the active fixed income manager should increase the duration of the portfolio because interest rates will fall and therefore long-term bonds will do well. On the credit side, since there would be recession, corporate defaults would rise. So the active fixed income manager should increase the quality of his portfolio, move away from junk, move into investment grade and treasury. Now, I think that this is something that we explain to CFA Level 1 students कि अगर खराब दिन आने वाले हैं तो नंबर 1 इंटरेस्ट रेट कट किया जाएगा, बॉन्ड प्राइसेस बढ़ेगा तो आप ड्यूरेशन को इंक्रीज कर दो, एंड नंबर 2 सिंस खराब दिन आने वाले हैं तो डिफॉल्ट्स बढ़ेगा तो आप अपना क्रेडिट क्वालिटी इंप्रूव कर लो. एनीबडी लिसनिंग टू दिस, इवन इफ द पर्सन इज अ L1 स्टूडेंट, विल अंडरस्टैंड हाँ सर एकदम ठीक ही तो है, ये एकदम ठीक ही तो है ना. ये जो कॉमन सेंस है ये पूरा दब जाता है CFA Level 3 के प्रेशर में. व्हेन पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द पर्सपेक्टिव और बस रीडिंग पे रीडिंग चालू कर देते हैं कोर को. ना कोर इज रिटन इन सच अ क्या बोलूं नॉन स्पाइसी मैनर एंड इट्स सो इलोंगेटेड दैट इन टर्म्स ऑफ रीडिंग द कोर बिकमिंग मोर एक्स्ट्रा सिंसियर कि मैं इस बार पूरा कोर रीड करके दिखाऊंगा, L1 L2 में नहीं पढ़ा था. You tend to become even non-applicative. There are stuff that you know of and you don't apply. This is happening with Level 3 students. Level 3 can be done by investing less number of hours as compared to Level 1, Level 2. Why? Because investment has already been made. So I have over the last 6 months trying to teach Level 3 in a different style altogether, wherein I thought that let me not teach. Let me just expose them to situations in the topic and ask them to apply their brain. And it's working fine. I'm seeing that the students in my live classes are performing handsomely well. They are able to answer the question. They might have thought that ये topic आता नहीं है, prepare करना पड़ेगा, but when the question comes, they are able to answer. So one is this particular advice that please understand that 60-70% of Level 3 is Level 1, Level 2 stuff. You are doing wrong preparation. You are trying to prepare very hard something that you already know. Second thing about CFA Level 3 is the choice of the elective, okay, the pathway. In spite of the fact that I've communicated a number of times that from a career perspective as well as from an exam passing perspective, portfolio management pathway should be chosen because it has a legacy. We have a huge set of questions of the past which are available. Okay, the institute is knowing what to give. The teachers know what to expect out of that, and therefore the results are better in the portfolio management pathway. Private wealth and private markets pathway are a little bit risky. You know, I believe that one should not take the risk. But sir, I really wanted to get into private markets. Do you think you won't be able to get into private markets after doing portfolio management? Is it the case? If you are so much career conscious, why can't you do private markets pathway from a knowledge perspective after clearing CFA Level 3, or for that matter the private wealth management pathway? So I think the second mistake is regarding this, and when I receive calls from students saying that I had chosen private markets pathway, should I now shift to portfolio management? You know what is happening. Why would you shift then? Stick to only one pathway. There's no question of shifting. The third issue in CFA Level 3 is excessive fear about constructive response. So much of fear has been created. Maybe by me also. I'm acknowledging that we don't understand the simplicity of it. Like we Indians, mostly 60%, 70% of the Indians would not be very much proficient in designing English language. And I say this with clear acknowledgement of the type of students that I come across. So what do? We try to express in broken terms. Okay, like my question which I said that there's going to be recession. So what should a fixed income manager do? So suppose there are two outcomes that you have to explain. So the first one that you say is that interest rate would fall, dash bond prices would go up, dash long-term bonds will perform better, dash increase duration of the portfolio. The second point you would say is that credit defaults will rise, dash increase credit quality of the portfolio. That's it. What is the problem? Why do you want to write sentences or essay? You write broken sentences. That's enough. People are so much worried about how to answer constructive response. I am surprised when somebody messaged me before the exam that sir, in CFA Level 3, can we use black pen instead of blue pen? Pen is not there. You have to type it on the screen. Okay? That's an exception. It doesn't happen normally. But I mean to say that if your typing speed is horrendous, obviously you need to understand how will you be approached by the industry. After doing Level 3, how will anybody hire you? If you say that your basic skills, I'm not saying you should be a record typing speed or Excel ninja and all that, but you should be decent at that. So I think the solution to all this is practice. If you straight away expose yourself to the questions of level 3 rather than to the content of level 3, as far as the content is concerned, why don't you offload that in Claude or GPT and ask it to create level 3 standard questions? Why don't you ask them to provide comprehensive constructive response answers as well as short answers which fetch marks? You can ask Claude to provide you 2 types of answers. Number 1, comprehensive answers for the purpose of knowing that area, that knowledge of the area. And number 2, short answers so that it is efficient in the examination. Of course, you should know the command words. Command word is that you have to determine something. So determine means determine. You just have to choose that this particular asset allocation is good. When they're asking about justification, then you justify only with that number of reasons which are asked. Now CFA level 3 became so frustrated, as in CFA Institute became so frustrated with this constructive response affair, AM, PM paper, that they mixed it up. They said that there's no AM, there's no PM. The entire constructive plus, item set is there in AM as well as PM. Very good decision. So the mentality was gone. Okay. And all the cued behavior of results that they were observing in AM versus PM was gone. Also, one more thought, that some people feel that CFA level 3 would only be attempted by people who are there in the industry, जिनको experience है equity research का, जिनको experience है fund management का. I won't agree to it. I have seen students pass by sheer practice of questions, by application of mind, and I have seen stalwarts fail. Those who are working in equity research for the last 10 years, fund management for the last 5-7 years, they have failed. When it comes to examination, academic content is very important, and you shouldn't think that just because you are working in the industry, obviously, okay, you have the right to pass, and then you come out and your results are negative and you say that CFA level 3 is not worth doing yaar. That's angur khatte. Understood? मैंने classes कैसे organize कर रखी है CFA level 3 की, जहाँ पे the pre-recorded classes are shared with people, but on the weekend, especially on Sunday evening, I take a class, कोई एक topic चलाते रहते हैं. Right now derivative is going on, okay, and उसी टॉपिक से इंटरैक्शन भी होता रहता है और एप्लीकेटिव थिंकिंग भी चलता रहता है. बट बेसिकली आई डोंट वांट टू पाउंस ऑन द बॉडी ऑफ पीपल प्रिपेयरिंग लेवल 3. लेवल 1 में पाउंस करते हैं, लेवल 2 में कम थी पाउंस करते हैं, लेवल 3 में और कम. We try to understand the sophisticatedness that this guy doesn't require spoon feeding. He's on its own. He just requires a little bit of interaction. Plus, what I have done is that we have the graded mocks, because mocks are very, very important at level 3, more important than level 1, level 2, where we first of all do topic-wise mocks, constructive response. Then we do the item set, and then we do the full grand finale. I think those mocks have been very instrumental in improving the quality of results, at least at my institute. I wish the same happens with other students also. The graded mocks are a game changer. Of course, you don't have to necessarily take the graded mocks from us. You can take it from anywhere across the globe, okay, by evaluating the benefits and costs. But yes, we do to also provide graded mocks. So we have an entire team who assist me in the creation of those mocks. Existing students who are going to appear for the examination, okay, alumni, I ask them to create the questions based on my idea. They create the question, they show it to me. There could be some mistakes. I send it to my students who are going to appear for the exam. They check it out. Yes, sir, it's perfect. And then we offload the mocks to the audience, and then they write the answers. Okay, the corrections take place. Feedback goes where the mistake was, where time can be saved, and it's a wonderful experience. So this is what I wanted to say to anybody who is in the level 3 journey or is starting the level 3 journey, that very important, level 3 will change you from an analyst to a fund manager. And you know the difference in the pay package and aspiration of a fund manager versus analyst. You want to be a fund manager, aspire for level 3. And of course, one more thing I wanted to mention, that if you have time, you can try to sit for, paper number 19C, 19E of NISM, because those are related to AIF fund manager. Okay, the reason you will sit for the paper is not that you are becoming a fund manager, but I think it hardly costs 1,500 or 2,000, and it gives you a glimpse of how even in Indian markets for fund management, these examinations are happening, which are like a subset of CFA level 3. It'll give you a good exposure. Thank you.